This is James Calm again, welcoming you all back for the new year 2012, and we're out here at the rechristened Storefront of Bushwick. I'm going to go in here and take a look at a two-person show featuring this guy, Gary Petersen, and another painter named Halsey Hathaway. Well, we're going to start out over here and we're going to look at some of Gary Petersen's work. Now, Gary is what I would call kind of a hard-edged geometrical painter, and I believe that these pieces are the acrylic gouache. I'm not sure, we'll ask him, but I think he's a great colorist, and there is a kind of a whimsical quality about these somehow. There's a kind of sense of humor like that. Here's Deborah Brown.
Reminds me of someone I know, right?
Why don't you stand over there, get that dress against the painting? You look really great together, and the necklace goes well together.
This was a really studied wardrobe today.
So, today is the debut of the new rechristened Storefront Gallery. Now it's Storefront Bushwick, is that?
That's right. My husband calls it Storefront Brooklyn, but I keep reminding him it's Storefront Bushwick.
Well, congratulations.
So, sink or swim, it's me. Thanks for coming, Lauren.
Looks like you're doing pretty good keeping your head above water.
I think it's a pretty good show. Like with 3 abstract male painters, right? Like,
what more could you ask for, right? So this piece is titled Back from Somewhere, and it's acrylic on wood panel, 30 by 24 inches. Gary gets a very nice, kind of immaculate surface, and I don't know whether he uses rollers or something on there.
I'm really excited for it. That's great.
And this is titled The Things I Miss, and it's 20 by 16 inches, and it's also acrylic on masonite. This is a nice little grouping. This one is titled Green Light. Well, there's also like a narrative of the process of him building these compositions that you can read if you look at these closely. Well, we finally caught up with Gary Petersen out here. Congratulations on the show.
Oh, thanks.
Now tell us about the paint. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. These are all acrylic on panel?
They're acrylic and oil.
And oil.
Correct.
And I think I heard you say you also were using some acrylic gouache. Was that what you also on the smaller pieces?
Small ones. They're gouache and sometimes a little bit of acrylic as well, with the 10 by 8s. And yeah, all these, the 20 by 16s, they're masonite, masonite panels, and acrylic and oil.
You know, I was also saying that although the work is pretty geometric and hard edge, there does seem to be kind of a whimsical side to it. You know, there's almost a
oh, absolutely,
kind of a playfulness to it.
Playfulness, a subtle sense of humor, little goofy things that happen, but you kind of think they're just kind of formal geometry.
Yes.
But as you look longer, you see kind of funny little things happening.
So you're kind of playing around with people's expectations of the seriousness of hard-edged geometric painting.
Right, right.
How about your palette? You know, I really love your colors. You got a great color sense.
Oh, thank you.
How do you come up with some of your combinations and stuff? Just by chance, or?
Well, chance sounds too random, but I think it's just from looking at the world, things I'm interested in, and you know, it's hard to say. You're in the moment. And colors from Pepto-Bismol paint kind of pop in your head, and things like that.
Especially on New Year's Day, the Pepto-Bismol is probably popping into my head.
No pun intended there.
Okay, well, the show looks great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All
Come
right.
out and see it. Until February 5th.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, James.
Now people are clearing out, we can take a look at some of the larger pieces. This is by Halsey Hathaway. Now boy, if you're going to have a great painter's name, Halsey Hathaway would be it. Halsey, I guess, dyes the initial ground for these pieces, and then he masks in these other layers on top. I think Halsey is also a very nice, very subtle colorist. And I believe this one is titled Overhand.
I think so too. I think it's now you can really see it. It's beautiful. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, there is something that happens when you soak the color into the surface of the fabric there. It gives it a unique, almost kind of a luminescence. Okay, now this is another painting by Halsey, and this is titled Better Me Than You. This one he's got, looks like a cobalt blue ground. And I would say that this is probably about 60 by 48 inches, 5 by 4 feet. And I was telling Halsey that I really appreciate his, his technical prowess. He's got a very good technique for getting his stains to come out extremely flat. Great color. Oh boy, well we finally snagged Halsey Hathaway. Is that your real name?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Really? I would have paid an agent to come up with that name. I was noticing that you actually start the paintings out with dyeing. Is that what you consider dyeing the fabric originally?
Oh, actually, it's commercially dyed. I get it.
Really?
I get the canvas that way.
And you just go in there and say, give me 10 yards of 36B or something like that, or?
Yeah, maybe not even that technical, but that's pretty much the deal. Yeah, there's swatches, and I'll pick whatever color I want at that time.
So, am I wrong, or is this particular section here between the magenta and the kind of the burnt orange? Part of that is painted, but part of it is dyed. Is that correct? Or?
That's right. With these paintings here, the pink is the dyed canvas color, and then there's stained layers, and then the opaque layers on top of the stains after that.
Do you do that because you like the randomness or the ready-made quality of it, or is there some other reason that you picked the pre-dyed grounds?
Before I was working on like traditional artist canvas, and there's that sort of creamy typical canvas color.
Yes.
And I really just needed to expand my color vocabulary, and I wanted to push my painting language. And I had this eureka moment one time walking down the street. I was like, well, I should be working on dyed canvas. It's one more element that I needed to include that I had been ignoring before. So that's kind of the first decision that happens with the paintings is the color, and then that informs a lot of the color decisions I make after that. Yeah.
So basically, it kind of makes you start somewhere that you normally wouldn't think of starting, and it's just kind of a challenging way to begin the work.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, you really got to attack it. If if some huge color is staring down at you, you really have to be more aggressive. There's no pussyfooting around, I guess, with the painting.
Well, I think you're a pretty good colorist yourself, but congratulations on the show, Halsey.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Good luck. All right, thank you. Oh, now we're going to look at some paintings here in the back room by Rob de Oude, is that how you said?
De Oude.
De Oude.
You can say De Oude.
Good. Now, Rob is also, you're the director at Camel Art Space?
Yes.
Which is on Metropolitan Avenue. What's the address?
722 Metropolitan.
722 Metropolitan Avenue. Do you have a title for this particular series?
No. No, not as a series. They're individually titled.
This is all acrylic on panel?
Yeah, it's acrylic with oil. So it's basically a background. It's a new thing that I did for this particular series actually, where I used
I like
airbrush.
that. You're using airbrush, huh?
In the back, yeah, and then
Okay.
I layer it over it with oil. So it's, I don't want to spray with oil, so it's it's called golden watch oil.
That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Nice show. Very, it's like a little jewel box back here. That's nice too.
I was once described as my work looking like a murky jam. Like, you know, you can't really see it, but you can't really see through it.
Right.
Like you're straining your eyes to really get, you know, to look through the whole thing.
Okay, good luck. So this has been Gary Petersen and Halsey Hathaway here at the new Storefront Bushwick. Thanks, Kate.